And then Table of Men PRO. OB Nati. Now tell the table ide. Then take do firewood. Also ready here, Robert Clark. He's head of public events and communications, Charterhouse, and they organize Telesol Ghana Music Awards. Ready for us. Yeah. Welcome back. Let me start from Robert Clark, who speaks for Charterhouse. They organize Telesol Ghana Music Awards. Mr. Clark, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Chief.
I hope you're doing well.
I am well.
Are you ready for next week?
By the grace of God. This country, you have to be humble in your submissions. Yeah.
A country called Ghana.
Charlie, before you go and say something, and then the next day, Charlie.
You have to write it's about a country code. I have to write it well.
If not,
I write it for hype.
Oh, please don't allow this man who is explaining Taya to come and interject with things.
How have preparations been so far for the 25th Telesol Ghana Music Awards?
It's been somewhat convoluting, but a path that we are happy to walk because that's what we subscribed for, and it's been an amazing one. Let me say that from all the activities starting from the beginning of the year, call for entries all the way through to announcing Ghana Music Awards without a title sponsor, and then eventually announcing the title sponsor, and the call for nominees, the announcement is being made, and and everything that it came with eventually to going out for nominees. Concerts, rainfall, 5 hours. Fans are just waiting to be able to celebrate or be a part of it, and then holding the event and finishing around 5:30 in the morning.
Okay,
that was crazy, and and we are here, and activities which have gone on in the background, and
the high school tour.
The high school tour, extremely exciting. As a matter of fact, as I speak right now, Kim Promise and Banzi Banero are in Ebri Girls.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
wow.
Doing the high school tour, and so things are happening, on multiple platforms and levels, and I must say it's been amazing. There are interesting relationships and media partnerships that we've been able to broker.
Apart from Telesol Ghana Music Awards, you have other.
Oh, as in like in terms of media platforms, yes,
sorry,
that is both aimed at giving more leverage and mileage to the people who are participating on this platform, and there seems to be more in the space. So we are very confident, and we are very happy, and we are very thankful and appreciative, of everything that is happening within the space.
We've seen the performance for the night. We've heard an ad just played. Some of them.
Yes.
Who are the hosts?
The host is going to be announced, but this is like we have people curated from the 25 years of running this. There are people, two iconic people who have been put together, and they are going to run the program. This week is going to be a week of announcements back to back. You're going to have.
You've not announced the unsung winner as well.
Yes, unsung winner is going to be announced tomorrow.
Hey.
Midnight we are closing the portal for votes, and then tomorrow evening it's going to be announced, and hopefully the person should start preparing to participate on the big stage by giving off a performance, and then obviously the platform serving as a springboard. Already had a conversation with them and told them that you don't necessarily have to be a winner in order for you to take advantage of the platform. The likes of Sina Soul and Ebony of Blessed Memory and Mr. Drew, Dope Nation, etc. Never won, but that did not prevent them from excelling in their career.
Okay.
And so I just had to use these references to let them know that they needed to be strategic and in taking advantage of all the opportunities available, all the exposure they had been given, all the platforms they've had to step on, because artist development is one key area when it comes to musicians, and that is one of the areas that we were able to help them with the platform. So hopefully they should be able to gather, accumulate, and grow whatever is required in terms of their reputation, which becomes currency in this particular space. And we're expecting that they should be able to project themselves, thereafter. So yes, that is going to
Are
happen.
we going to have the red carpet at the same place that will be having the main ceremony?
It's one of the things that we've planned to have it at an alternative place, and the design and the work that goes into it is so far has been amazing. There are elements that are going to be on that particular platform as well. We are going to have, we spoke about the museum project earlier when it was announced. So we are going to have a miniature version as part of it, just for illustration purposes, as a precursor preceding the project itself. So very relevant. So yeah, that and a few exciting moments on the platform as well. So that is going to really happen, and we are looking at ensuring that.
Is it at the same premises, the red carpet?
Everything's going to happen at the conference center
premises, but not.
we are utilizing the space, so people will come and then they'll
my media friends want to know.
Your media friends,
yes.
Your media friends,
my media colleagues.
Your media colleagues have a direct access to our media coordinator, and so all the info will be given to them directly. Yes, and then and everything will fall in shape.
Does a media tag give you access to the main auditorium?
It depends on the role that you are playing with us. If your role requires all access, then you even have opportunity to backstage, where the people, when they are done with their performances, you have an opportunity to be able to engage them, have conversations that are necessary, and for you to put on the platforms that you're supposed to put on. But if you are not given that chance, obviously with the number of people who are within the media space are a lot, and everybody's looking for a piece of the pie, and as much as we would like to do that, it becomes a bit difficult to grant everybody the access, because then you are basically creating a choking position for people, and so you want to be able to limit it to key personalities, and then obviously once the information goes into that space, it's like a hub. It becomes easier for everybody and anybody else to be able to take information there and project. So yes, so that's what we'll be working on. So yeah, in terms of tag, everybody and the role that they are supposed to be playing will define whether they can or should not go to specific areas.
How much is a ticket?
3-tier pricing. Premium is 500, VIP 700, and then they have the last level, which is 1,000, and then that's for like VVIP, and each one of them have got exactly where you're going to be sitting, who you're going to be mingling with, access to certain places, and all of that it comes with. And, so basically that's it. And obviously purchasing of tickets with respect to Charterhouse, everybody knows you can purchase from Charterhouse, or you can go to Nalem stores, or you can dial the telephone number that has been given in that particular category.
Great. Now, this is the ultimate award on the night, Artist of the Year. And a lot of controversy, campaigns, agenda going on social media, people rooting for their favorites with science, data, some with emotions and all that. It's all good. Let me come to you, Obi Nate. Last year the gospel people were very loud rooting for PC Esther. Where are you now? You've been very, very silent, especially Table of Men.
We've not been silent, Kwame. Thank you. I think we've spoken about this thing a couple of times. I've spoke to it for a moment. We've not been silent. Probably the artist is silent, but we have not been silent. We have not been silent. Probably the artist is silent.
You mean Table of Men hasn't been silent?
We have not.
On this? I haven't seen any of you post.
You have not.
I've seen only Ninoy.
Are you sure?
Canvas support for Nasi. I haven't seen
We've
your
done
post.
that. Even on Max FM. There was a time we went on the show. We had to do a hashtag for Nasi Artist of the Year. We've done that.
But you were almost everywhere last year with PC.
But we were everywhere this year too. Unfortunately, I think that what you're looking at is probably expecting us to do something for the artists personally, because last year for PSA, we all joined her ride. We didn't go pulling her. We joined her ride. She was excited about it, and she showed so much enthusiasm about the awards. So all we had to do was just to plug in and make it big. But like I'm saying, it comes with the artists. You have been nominated. Let's see the excitement. I went to almost his social media platforms and even his manager's social media platforms. And if you have been nominated for Artist of the Year, at least you should show it. that you are excited about.
Does it suggest he's not interested in this?
I can't tell. I can't tell that. But so that doesn't look like.
I also took pains to go through his social media handles to see if he had posted
Did you
done
see
even
anything?
just one post regarding the awards.
Absolutely.
I didn't see anything.
Absolutely. So I took a screenshot of some of the posts. And what do you want Table of Men to do? To come to us? No, I don't. It's a group that we champion people's visions and desires. So if you have been nominated, it's just right that as a team or as a group, we join you in what you're doing to.
But
to
you
achieve
could have
success.
you could as well have reached out to him, maybe encouraged him, give him hope that maybe he had a potential of winning.
But he does. If he doesn't have a potential, he won't be at the Artist of the Year category. He has the potential. So if you have the potential and you've been placed there, we should see you excited about it. Talk about it more. Look at what the other people are. Look at what Stoneboy and King Promises Phonetics are doing out there. They're talking about it. We're doing ours. But where is the artist? You Kwame can give evidence that you can't even find it on his page. It tells you that maybe the artist is not interested in the awards, or maybe he feels that other artists deserve that awards. But that is fine. But it shouldn't be as though Table of Men we are not working or we are not pushing as we've always been pushing. Anyone who deserves the push, we will do that. It doesn't come by favoritism or
Because the talk in town is Table of Men is discriminating against some people.
That would be
Because they
unfair.
think that you've been fair to some people in the past. You're trying to sideline some people. You try to just be silent.
Kwame,
to certain people.
PSCA took to churches. She took to radio stations. She took to television stations. She had a design online. She created a lot of materials for that competition.
Yeah.
And it shows that she was ready for it.
Okay.
And so why not join the bars and make sure that what she's looking for, she achieves it. We don't, our mandate doesn't go beyond the desire of the artist. Our mandate is in collaboration with the desire of the artist.
Okay.
And so if the artist is showing that enthusiasm about the awards, why not? We'll jump in there and then make sure that whatever you need, that support that you need is given to you. If you look at Nasir's work, if Nasir is saying that he's not too sure, I don't know. But if that's it, I'll be surprised because he's worked well. He's worked so well. If you look at
Or do you think he thinks that the competition is tougher for him? It's very tough for him, so maybe he can't match up to the
But
other
that
people.
category is a tough category, and anybody who is in there is a winner. So if you are in there, it means you qualify to win. That's why we should see you driving it. If you're not driving, what do we do? Kim Promise, Stoneboy, they will tell you. The industry guys will tell you. They're making calls to people. They're talking to people.
Yeah.
They're lobbying. They are doing all what is they're supposed to do. But what have we seen so far? Even Kwame can attest that there's nothing showing on the person's social media handles. So what can we do? Should we cry? Should we cry beyond the brief? We can't do that.
But if he's part of your fraternity,
He's part of it.
yes, if he's part of your fraternity, you can get him on board.
Exactly what I asked him earlier on.
You guys can start something and say, hey, guy, let's go.
I've said this. I've given you places and events where we've started his hashtag and done things about his Artist of the Year nomination. We've done that. We have a
of
video.
course, you have.
We have a video on it. We created a video at ATV for Nasir on Artist of the Year. What more? How do we call you? Because Frankie 5 is also part of the team, and Frankie is very close to Nasir. So it's not something which is outside our jurisdiction. It's within us. So we should be able to mobilize and push it. But like I'm saying, if we're pushing and the artist is not pushing, what do we do?
Maybe people don't believe that he's the one.
We are pushing.
No, you've given up. You've given up.
We've not given up. Even today, we released another video.
The
There are other
competition is
videos there.
too tight.
Because I remember
Yeah.
how Table of Men was going from radio station to radio station, calling some industry
Hamilton,
people
Mr. P-
to
PSI
quote unquote lobby them and all that.
But you see, the lobby conversations are things that every camp is doing.
So why did you lobby this time around?
But we lobby for Nasir, but we have done that.
You've lobbied.
But you've lobbied too. You are lobbying for someone.
You've lobbied.
You, Baba, you're lobbying. You've had two stands for.
talking about
No, I'm coming.
Lobbyist.
The chief lobbyist, you the chief
Table of
lobbyist,
men.
you the chief lobbyist, you are here. But it's part of the
Yeah.
whole industry. But like I'm saying, I'll still stand there. Table of men will support the tree.
Yeah.
Table of men will not take the lead for the tree.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me come to Uncle Ken. Uncle Ken, Artist of the Year, Kim Promise, Stone Boy, Kwame Eugene, Black Sheriff, Sarkodie. Who is winning?
Now see.
Now see who is winning.
Can you see?
So you see, this
Even you. Kwame. No.
No, I was coming to mention it.
In there.
You didn't let me land. I was coming to mention it. Who is winning?
Kwame, that category is tight. But fortunately or unfortunately, over the past couple of weeks or few weeks, it's been narrowed down to 2 people. So it looks like all the others have gone silent. Haven't you noticed that?
Yeah, Kwame Eugene hasn't made noise about it. Black Sheriff,
The agenda is strong.
like appetite.
Well, we've seen lots of surprises.
Sadiq is like Odeshi.
But as for me, I have an issue with Baba Sadiko.
Hey, today the Baba you tired for here.
And Baba, there, he knows.
don't call me in the back. They don't say, it came down from shelter.
When I was told he was coming, I said, oh, well, Radimedasi.
Because he called me eventually.
I would have called him. But I have monitored him over the past few weeks.
Yeah.
I've seen his trend, his
Yes.
agenda.
Yes.
I say, hey,
His strategy.
eh?
Roping
Let me
in
say,
some political
Baba,
challenge. Yeah.
why?
And then Daniel strong role.
Why? And you see, it brings me back
Okay.
to the fact that Stone Boy did not attend his event.
And that's why he's doing what he's doing.
Nankadembio. Nankadembio. Baba is refusing to accept that because, and you see, Baba there, he's so clever. Oh, hold on. Baba is very clever. This my boy. That's why I love him
Yeah.
so much. He knows that me and Baba, I love Baba so much because he's a very clever human being. Oh, I didn't say that.
Helping you.
She had to preempt it for you.
You see, Robert?
See this elephant wearing a butterfly. see this butterfly wearing elephant.
And again, please continue.
Baba. Everybody felt they had gotten Baba when there was a particular tweet.
Yeah.
Or was it a tweet or a
a
post?
post.
Yes.
A Facebook
It was a Facebook post when Baba was opting for
Kim Promise.
Stone Boy.
Somewhere, yeah.
But Baba
And that was
being
on
Baba,
30th December 2023.
yes, that was on the 30th of December.
After his show.
Yeah.
Yeah, after attending his show. You attended his show, did you? Or you didn't? You just
I
posted
went there a day before.
Okay,
Checked out
and
the
you-
check out the setup.
to check up the set, and then after that you posted and said, all the nice things about the artist. But you see, Baba being the politician that he is, after saluting the artist and wishing him all what he thought he had to wish him, he came back and said he wouldn't be surprised though if somebody else
Kim
won.
Promise face it. I say my gut tells me Kim Promise will take it.
You see where Baba
But in that statement, he said
Yes,
preference.
the
He used the word
same
preference
post.
and then
Yeah,
guts,
same
yeah.
comment.
the same post.
Yeah.
So he covered himself for any eventuality, which is what politicians do.
Oh, okay.
So that if
It goes sideways.
it goes
Either way.
to a corner, he will say, oh, he was expecting a goal, but it went.
If he wants to go to a say, it's a goal.
If it goes to a goal, he will say it's to a goal. You know. As for me, I think that between the two people,
Yeah.
Kwame, there have been certain arguments
Okay.
that I'm not too sure about.
Please bring it up.
The criteria, and Robert, that's why I said
Robert
I'm very
is
happy
here.
Robert is here.
Read the category.
Robert,
Artist of the Year category.
the artist of the year criteria. What exactly does it say?
Okay. as he looks for that. Joy 99.7 FM 05511119997. Who wins Telecel Ghana Music Awards Artist of the Year for the 25th edition? Let me also remind you that we have Austin Wood on Zoom from the UK. He is rooting for Sarkodie. He thinks that Sarkodie deserves the Artist of the Year.
Why not?
Another
Part of the
Portfolio is in Kumasi, and Portfolio thinks Stonebwoy deserves the crown. Baba Sadiq says it's King Promise. So we'll be hearing from each of them. Robert, do you have the category?
Yeah,
definition
so
now?
basically, Artist of the Year is the artists are judged by the Academy, the board, and the general public as the artist with the highest audience appeal and popularity in the year under review. The artist must have released a hit single, EP, or an album, and must be one of the artists with one of the highest nominations in the year under review. You know, so basically, that's a definition.
Not a definition.
Yeah.
Okay, you heard it. You heard
He
it.
must have released what?
A hit single. So it's a hit single, EP, or an album.
Or an album.
Yes.
Between these two, Stonebwoy and
King Promise.
King Promise.
Yeah.
They both have they?
Yes. As a matter of fact, this is the reason why they are even in the category in the first place.
Exactly.
You need a single
You need
to
a
qualify
single.
you.
Okay.
A single EP or album.
Album, yeah.
So, from the criteria you just read, did you mention the artists' performances outside Ghana?
Robert Clark can answer that.
So it doesn't mention that.
That's not part of the criteria.
But
But what?
please continue.
No,
with the
so
definition.
let's go ahead.
Because
the reality is this: we have categories for songs. We have categories for artistry. We have categories for performance of vocals, and we have category for what do you call it? Creative prowess when it comes to the music itself. So that is like production. Now, when it comes to artistry, we are looking at everything that makes you an artist in that particular sense. So then,
The basis of it is
Yes.
the music.
yes. So so it's a qualification to enter into that particular space. But once
Which
you
is
enter into the
releasing-
space, you
Yes.
must have
Released.
Yeah, you must have
Yes.
released a song and
Yeah.
it must have been a hit.
Yes.
Okay.
Or an album on the
Or an album or an EP.
EP.
Yes. Now, any of these would it's like it's an entry requirement.
Thank you.
Once you are able to fulfill that and you are put in the basket together with your contemporaries, the board, the academy, and the general public should make their decision as to who they think is number one.
based on the criteria.
So, my only problem is I came across a post by somebody that obviously seems to be in the camp of King Promise.
Okay.
And what the person said was this: Terminator is not just a smash hit song, nor is it just a popular song. It's a project that sold the Ghana music, in quotes, agenda in 2023.
Okay.
Better and continues to sell it bigger even in 2024.
Great.
This is the person's argument. None of his... Oh, this is my phone.
It just vanished, eh?
None of his competitors in the Artist of the Year category used an award or a concert or an endorsement to make an impact or compelling statement than King Promise under the year in review and beyond. Now, were those part of the categories? What I've just read, the criteria.
The criteria.
What I've just read this person say, was it part of your criteria?
Was it part of the criteria in what sense? I'm not too clear.
No. The person is mentioning.
Okay, so what it is this. Okay, let me explain something real quickly.
Let me
Once-
finish, then
yeah.
you can deal with it
Okay.
in total. We are in 2024, and Project Terminator is still selling our industry and the country to the rest of the globe like it was released yesterday.
Okay, good.
Aren't you proud as a Ghanaian seeing King Promise hoist the flag of the motherland with his smart, hard work, even in 2024. This was the person's argument as to why he thinks King Promise should win it. Me, if I had my way, King Promise should win it. Not for any other thing, but because of what he has done and why I think that he deserves to win it as a good musician.
Okay.
If you ask me,
Okay.
that is my. But I am worried about people bringing in extraneous.
Are they extraneous shows, performances, activations?
Those things that are outside.
Don't they add value to the artistry?
Yes, because the category definition does not specify
But there are
that.
operational definitions that the board deals with, right?
Yeah. So what it is in the categories, all right. You probably find the song category. The song category deals with the performance of a song. Then we have the artistry category, which deals with the performance of the artist.
No, but it's song based.
Song based because it's about
I think you should
Ghana
go back to the
Music
category
Awards.
because there is
So it's
audience
a-
appeal and all those
Yeah,
things.
so
are
it
in there.
is music that it serves as the basis for everything. So somebody must have music, and then you look at the rest.
It's
You
how
understand what I'm
that
saying?
music unlocked his audience appeal and popularity.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
So
okay.
so
I
either
agree.
so it could be music or it could be album or it could be EP. You understand? So what I'm saying is that it's not even about that anymore because they all qualify, and that's the reason why they are there.
Why they are there.
Now, what we are saying is that based on everything else, you, the public, you have the power to make a decision. So
Right.
Uncle Ken now looks at science and data and all the elements and goes like, because of what he read, he's like, okay, King Promise.
Right.
Somebody also looks at the stuff and like goes like, yes, King Stoneboy also did the live music production,
Right.
which means he literally got 40,000 people to come and listen to his music, which is also not, it's not a walk in the park, and so they feel like, okay, so that is also strong. So it is for you to make the decision. So at the end of the day, we have the board who make a decision, and then you have the academy
and the
to
general
also
public.
evaluate what is available to make a decision, and then you have the
general
public
public
out
as
there
well.
who will also have to give their input, and then at the end of the day we say, okay, so the winner is as per everybody's submission. This person has won.
So,
Okay.
Robert, this person actually going further to say that even in 2024, which is outside
The calendar year.
the calendar year,
Yeah.
a particular artist is still doing wonders, so deserves to win the artist of the year.
That is
Yes.
recency bias.
Would you, as an entity, agree to that or take that into consideration in determining?
It depends on context.
I would agree that the song is a phenomenal song.
Yeah.
Yes.
Song
so-
of the year, no contest.
Yes. So I understand that. However,
But please.
However, Uncle Ken, my opinion here does not even matter. I can't even state anything. The only thing I can do is to explain
And educate.
and educate
Educate
and
people.
leave that for the people to make a decision.
Exactly.
You understand? So you can go by the song and the
people are
impact of the
agending
song,
on their own
and then
using
you can
operational
also go
definitions.
by the other components of artistry.
Right.
You understand? And even if you go to artistry, you see that both of them have worked. I mean, they submitted their performance sheets.
Yeah.
So you can see, I think some of them are out, and you can see what
based
they've
on
all
that,
done. You
you
understand?
make a decision,
So even
your
in
choice.
their own submissions, they didn't just submit what they did with music alone. They submitted what they also did in terms of artistry as well,
Endorsements,
and all of that.
activations.
So it is for us to look, and once you are convinced that the way you feel actually that as the basis for determining who should be the artist of the year. I mean, it's legit. So you just need to be able to follow that. And we are expecting everybody else to follow and submit that that vote to us. So there's a telesale platform for submission, and there's a free voting platform at www.ghanamusicawards.com. So those who feel like, hey, I can't send text messages because of, go to the free voting platform because we need to hear that information. And we're also expecting the academy to also vote.
When
and
is the deadline for the voting?
Okay, so let me announce it. Deadline for voting is going to be on 29th.
Okay. That will be on a Thursday, right?
That'll be on a Thursday.
Okay.
Thursday.
29th. So yes, so for those who don't know, I'm announcing it's going to be on 29th. So please take note.
So it's still 1
Yes.
week to
No, it's not 1 week.
less than
It's
1
not
week.
less
Like
than 1 week.
5 days, right? Okay. Okay.
It's gonna
So
be on
let me come
29th.
to Uncle Ken again. Uncle Ken, so who is winning in your opinion?
I think he said it.
Why?
I just told you.
He's an Israelite. He's an Israelite. He's going to the promised land.
Boy winning or can promise me.
He's an Israelite. He's
Please
going to the promised land.
reiterate it, please. Reiterate it.
Uncle Ken,
Yes.
are you an Israelite? Going to the promised land.
Please.
No,
Reiterate
I'm
it.
not.
Who is winning? They want to hear. We are scoring, Max.
I always like to look out for new things,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Stonebwoy is an established musician.
Okay.
If you ask me,
Okay.
today he's one of our most established musicians in this country.
Okay.
Stone has won
So he can't win again. He shouldn't win again.
before.
Even
has he
if,
not?
even if he deserves it,
Yes,
he shouldn't win again.
he's won. So I'm always looking out for new people to win.
Okay.
And I'm saying that, as far as I'm concerned, I'll be very happy if King Promise won.
Okay.
Because of his name Promise. He
Okay.
holds so much promise.
Great.
And what he has done in that year
It's promising.
is very promising. Thank you.
All right.
Rob, thank you, Promise. My only worry
Okay.
is Baba Sadiq backing him.
Please. So Uncle Ken is for King Promise. Let's go on Zoom and speak to Austin Wood, who thinks otherwise. Austin, good afternoon. Hey, good evening, right?
Good evening, Kwame, and good evening to Baba and Obi, Uncle Ken, and Richard, everybody listening also. Thank you.
I hope you are doing so well.
I'm well, sir.
What do you make of this year's Telesol Ghana Music Awards in 1 minute?
Well, I think that I have not been enthused by the kind of nominations we have had. We don't have enough time to go into it, but immediately the nominations came out. The first thing I said was, I think that looking about a few are good, but for the others, I think that we are going down, and we have to have a proper conversation on that.
Okay. I saw a post that you made on X suggesting that Sarkodie deserves to win the Artist of the Year over the other contenders. What's your point, really?
You see, I've had calls to raise these issues for the last 17 years. And it's like Charterhouse, they keep telling us we would have a stakeholder engagement to deal with some of these issues. You see, a classical question which will solve this problem, Uncle Ken asked, you, Kwame, sorry I'm doing this, as a member of the board, you try to draw our attention. I will speak to that as well. Robert, I don't know, maybe he forgot. Uncle Ken is asking, it is a Ghana-based awards. What the influence someone has, the popularity someone has outside Ghana, is it part of the criterion? I think that if Robert can answer that for me.
So, and I also answered, and I'm hoping that you captured that. Once the decision has been made in terms of who qualifies to be in the category, it is up to the general public, up to the board, up to the academy to be able to make a decision based on what they think that the person has done in the respective criteria to determine who the winner is. So if you feel the person's crossover effect in this particular year, given how Ghana is, everybody is focused on, conquering the world and conquering other markets really matters, and the person is selling the country, and then has also conquered the home base, then why not use that as your basis? The power has been given to you. So it is a rule that is out there, and you have the power to use that. So that's what it is.
You see, Robert, you became PR, I think, in the last 7 or 8 years. But I'm telling you this for a fact. That is the problem we have with some of this explanation. Because before, it has been made clear to us that through Charterhouse, it is a Ghana-based awards. Because then One Corner should have won most popular song of the year over Francis Gadem's song, Total Cheat. Because One Corner traversed across beyond Ghana. But no problem with that. You see, the challenge I have is when we have had Ghanaian artists based outside Ghana being nominated, Nobody ever talked about their impact outside Ghana. Nobody talked about the impact Fuse OGD was having outside Ghana, so should win a certain category. Nobody talked about the impact, huge impact Reggie Mboli had outside Ghana, so should win a particular category. Now we are introducing that. No problem with that. You see, this is an artist award, artistry. It has little to do with a popular song. That is why Lenny Apadi will release Most High God, becomes the most popular song in Ghana, but he did little with artistry, so cannot win Artist of the Year over Kokese. So I'm happy we have set the ground rules that having a popular song does not necessarily mean you would win a category which deals with artistry. Having a popular song gets you a nomination. And anybody who is in that category, Sarkodie, Stone Boy, Nasi, they all had a popular song EP on an album. So that is why they are there. And there's nowhere the category says the one who has the most popular song should win. No, because a lot of the years that Sarkodie has won Artist of the Year or others, they did not have the most popular song among the artists who were competing. Last year, Black did not have his songs being more popular than the gospel lady, her song. Black Sherif won for his artistry. So we're looking at this. Sarkodie qualifies, everybody in there qualifies. So we move on to audience appeal. Audience appeal and Kwame, you could have helped us by telling us the thing you said about the board having an operational definition. In previous years, this is what we've been told. When we say audience appeal of an artist, it's an artist when you bring anywhere in Ghana, people are willing or going to troop to see that person. People are talking about that person, the year and the review. No matter what they do, people are talking. And also, we talked about the popularity. I have said the problem with having this boxed up definition is, if we continue to use popularity, I'm telling you, nobody should beat Sarkodie and Shatawale to it. It's popular than them. Currently, take that Lumba and the rest out.
But Austin, there are other parameters apart from popularity, so you can't just use popularity.
That I'll deal with each one. I'm saying popularity. St. Promise and Stoneboy are not popular in Ghana 2023 than Sarkodie. Nobody can tell me that. So the popularity we keep using, Shatawale, Sarkodie and others, it is not just about music that is making them popular. So if you use that, they would always be, because how can you tell me Black Sherif is popular in Ghana than Shatawale? So anytime Shatawale is competing in Artist of the Year with Black Sherif, no matter what happens, these two, Sarkodie and Shatawale, are popular than Black Sherif. They are popular
in a particular year. The year under review in question.
Let me tell you this. The single thing which dominated the airwaves concerning the musician was Yvonne Nelson and Sarkodie the year 2023. If you use that, right, you would be going for Sarkodie based on something which does not involve music, but it is still making him popular. The Yvonne Nelson thing made him so popular when it had nothing to do even with music.
So, Austin, you said Sarkodie deserves to win this year's Telecel Ghana Music Awards over any other person in there.
Yes, because one, per the criteria, he is popular than the year and the review. He was popular than all the people in the category. Two, when we talk about audience appeal, you see, we don't have time because there are other issues I have to read. You see, playing more shows does not mean you have audience appeal. That is not it. People can be playing more. Do you know how many shows Jakalolomi and Brother Sami plays in a year? I'm telling you, they go across Ghana around about 70 times in a year. Or we are saying that those people they play to, the Mercury, the churches, 1,008. Reverend Obofor's church, 3,000, Philadelphia, Adum KDS church, 20,000. Are they also not Ghanaians? Why are we not including that? Audience appeal is not about how many shows you are playing. Tell me, which show in Ghana that King Promise played was he the main act where everybody was going to see?
He held his own concert, the Promised Land concert in December.
Everybody in there, Stonebwoy held his own concert for 40,000 people. Rapaholic was bigger than King Promise's concert. So it doesn't come in if that's what we are saying.
Sorry, Austin, you stay on for me. Let me go to Kumasi and speak to Portfolio as well. Portfolio.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Kwame.
I hope you're doing well.
Amazing. Yourself?
Fantastic right here. What are the results for Stonebwoy in Kumasi?
I mean, Kumasi is all beamed up. And yes, everyone seems to, speak just one language, beam season. And I think the voice of the people certainly should be the voice of TGMA this very year.
So you think Stonebwoy deserves to win? Why do you believe so?
If we have even people who vouch for King Promise to win Artist of the Year, then I think we should create a special category above Artist of the Year to be the most coveted for the night. Maybe Stonebwoy should win Music Institution of the Year because all pointers show. Yes, of course. If ideally we feel that I don't know, my brothers in the studio, any of them feel that King Promise deserves the Artist of the Year, which I never would rubbish because he deserves to be in the conversation, but not to be the winner. If we vote for him for Artist of the Year, there should be a category this year as Music Institution of the Year, and that should be awarded to Stonebwoy. Look, Kwame, let's not mince words. Let's forget about gender and politics. You see, a lot of my brothers in there, like my honorable Baba Sadiq, the likes of him are playing on the ignorance of the many who are not really technical people, and so are using the advantage of recency to push an agenda where they know clearly that it's undeserving. Look, we are talking about 1st January to December 2023. Let me repeat, 1st January to December 2023, unless, of course, TGMA has changed their music calendar and the review. But if we should clearly use this as a yardstick to measure or weigh the West, CV, catalog, impact, appeal of our potential winner, then Ghana should unanimously. This will not even call for debate. And what I'm saying is, look, I blame TGMA calendar in a way. We wouldn't be having this conversation if the calendar stipulation for VGMA was early January or late December. I know, of course, if we had strategically positioned the awards day on any of these dates, obviously Ghanaians wouldn't have a double think about knowing that Stonebwoy has had the most unmatched CV. Now let's look clearly. The pointers and what the team says that the person who has been nominated should at least the VGMA Artist of the Year should, of course, might have released a hit single, EP or album, might generate a lot of excitement and audience appeal. Together as many others should have been one of the most nominated artists. You should see that Stonebwoy overtakes. The operative word here is overtakes because he outdoes himself for almost all the category definitions for TGMA. His single, yes, Stonebwoy had a hit single and even proceeded to the album of the year. And look, let's not debate as if King Promise just had one single release the whole year and the review, and so that release is tormenting Stonebwoy's whole album. It is false. He had a couple of other releases, let's not forget. But then why are we always talking about Terminator as the main best foot from King Promise camp? It means that guy is the most undoubted popular song of the year winner. Give it to him already. But then I am not part of the school of thought that believe that the fact that you have been nominated means you stand equal chance of winning. No. I am footing no ebi di the BH. So udu bejema. Yo bebu o hine wo tia wa se okwa on tuman. It means that there are levels to this game, and that's the biggest CV or brag or flex from King Promise camp is even should be the fact that they are even in the conversation, and that alone should be a win for them. But when we talk about the major conversation, Stonebwoy, tell me, his single, the biggest Amapiano song from Ghana, came from this gentleman. He has been able to cut across all the cross-section of music listeners. Those who are not fans of Afrobeat got Amapiano. Those who are not fans of Amapiano got Into the Future, which is an Afrobeat on him. Afropop from Therapy. He got High Life, Manoji, a Grammy collaborated project. Even his Dancehall Fraternity got Non-Stop. These and many other things even positions him as a far ahead artist aside any other pointer. Now, whatever King Promise has done the year under review, Stonebwoy has done it. But Stonebwoy, that cannot be said. Same cannot be said for King Promise. The biggest event statements in the country were made by Stonebwoy. You see, filling the Accra Sports Stadium alone is another conversation on its own. The show that has generated most excitement. If I'm not missing words, I can say for a fact that yes, I do acknowledge the work of King Promise the year under review. But I have made statistical check to prove that Promised Land is always having its patronage because artists on the bill, not because of the artist in question. That cannot be said for Stonebwoy. Stonebwoy was able to draw mammoth crowd because he in question is the big deal. Give the guy his credit already. Now let's match the conversation to international. Okay. Even as an artist, his charity project and CV alone and his foundation and impact on society even outweighs the CV of Ken Promise. Now finalize it. What as an artist makes him a complete bucket and a complete and unparalleled winner for TGMA? His impact on other artists on this year's TGMA. It has positioned other artists very well. He threw light, a certain level of light on Kiddy and Familia. Big song, Leko, collaboration of the year. The song has to be good and impactful enough to earn a collaboration of the year. Familia Not God is also in there. So when you look at these and many other things, who the cafe, Chalekuniani Dawa, Maya Monche, 2023, let's count the most deserving artists. The generation ahead is looking, and it will be very, very unfair if you set a precedent based on lies and massaging of the truth. That Stonebwoy 2023 year and the review is the umpire artist of the year, not on the basis of advantage of recency. That is all.
Great, son. Portfolio is an event MC, media personality. Yeah. And he just DJ Mesa, please, you're making me laugh. Stop that. let me have some of your messages here. For me, Sadiq is being hypocritical and very economical with the truth. Listening to him shows where he belongs. How can you tell me that you've invited an artist to perform at your show, taking the initiative to market the artist as the sole headliner for the show, and then all of a sudden you introduce a rival to perform at the same show at the 11th hour, knowing very well the bad relationship between the two? And to make matters worse, the fact that they kept mute all this while over what has happened is concerning. We should stop this hate and support our artists to grow in this dying industry. Finally, I want to state that what Stonebwoy did by reaching out to his wife was very wrong. He shouldn't do that again. It's not the best approach. From Briggs Ping text, Stonebwoy is winning Artist of the Year, no doubt about it. And this one says, good evening, Kwame and your team. For me, I think it's very tight between King Promise and Blacko, but I will go for King Promise. Ajiman Joseph. Hey, Ajiman Joseph. He's going to essay. Good evening, Joy FM. My name is Kojo from Manhia Peace Village. My concern is about the best rap performance, and the only person who deserves it is Lyrical Joe. The boy is out of this world. Greetings to Auntie Goda in Sakina. Okay. Kwame, I greet you and your pundit. It's quite unfortunate that we've become so political that we decide on personal favorites than the actual deserving comrades. Just like politics, everyone knows MPP must go into opposition, but because of partisan affinity and parochial dexterity, some will defend the abysmal governance over witnessed in the history of Ghana. Voted for Nana anyway, but same people with the above mentioned thoughts will root for King Promise because they are not on good terms with the most viable contender, Stonebwoy. Forgetting that King's win is like reducing the standard of becoming Artist of the Year to single releasing musicians. Let's stop this retrogressive, aggressive, pull him down agenda. We'll destroy the future just as we will all feel MPP has done. Okay, it's not stone. If it's not stone, then it isn't gold. Thanks. Chi-do-do. Sadiq.
I mean, for me,
I think I've been very emphatic that the Kim Promise actually deserves to be the artist of the year this year, owing to many reasons. And I'm glad that Portfolio speaks about the fact that people are having a double rethink, particularly when the facts are put out. I also like the fact that science and data seems to have found its way in the lexicon, the debate language for the artist of the year, because we had to make it a point to it. Because then the point was that you needed to find a way to measure what is stated as a hit. The category definition was very clear, that you must have released a hit single, album, or EP. In the year in 2023, Kim Promise had 5 different releases, 3 of which became critical hits within a year. The numbers towers above everybody else within the category. 1, Terminator itself was a major hit. Towers above, in fact, the most streamed, or the song with the biggest data on digital and even on air, on traditional media as well. I like the fact that Portfolio seems to be walking back on the traditional argument he made earlier when I showed him that when you're comparing brands, the brand that got the most airplay on radio in last year, in 2023, was brand Kim Promise. 1, his song Terminator got the biggest streams, the remix as well. I know Portfolio is rooting for Stonebwoy, for instance, and he makes the case that Kim Promise just got only 1 hit, but his other hit song, which is Perfect Combi, the collaboration, that Perfect Combi, in fact, towers above any release Stonebwoy has made in 2023. And he keeps forgetting, he keeps mentioning catalog. Nobody's rewarding catalog here. We're talking about a specific year of 2023. The artist whose music garnered the most attention, whose music made the most impact, whose brand garnered the most attention, made the most impact. And that's what we are measuring. We're measuring popularity and audience appeal. What are the metrics you use to measure these things? You use the numbers. Because if you do not have that audience appeal, how is it translating into the numbers on your song digital and even on radio? Enjoy today, Kwame. If you conduct an experiment today and you ask DJ Black that, let's go back in 2023 and compare the 2 major brands that have come up in this conversation. Which of them got the most airtime on radio in 2023? It's the obvious is Kim Promise. The obvious is Kim Promise. So these are but some of the things. I know the category definition doesn't specifically cite activities per se, but some of these activities assert one's popularity within a particular year, assert your audience appeal within a particular year, because there are bases why event promoters actually use it to actually book artists. And I know Austin Wood, for instance, is talking about the activities and artists that's outside of the country. Today, earlier before they came on, we were describing how one's primary market today, a Ghanaian creative's primary market, is Ghana and the extension it gives you in the diaspora. He's sitting in London and contributing to the conversation and contributing to the popularity of maybe TGMA or the conversation that is going on. However, today, they are saying that we shouldn't use their involvement or their consumption of the music as basis to measure the popularity. Is that the case that he's making? So without a doubt, if you use Kim Promise's song, which is the fact that the artistry category, the basis for getting into that is song based. The song gets you into it. He more than qualifies and towers above everybody in the first place. Secondly, even you want to also measure the audience part and the popularity, if you use his activities within this year, within Ghana, outside of Ghana, of course, because it's the extension of Ghana, his primary market into the diaspora. This is the guy who's the venues he's played, the shows he's played, the festival he's played, the numbers that he's had for his 3 hits, all the 3 hits he's had last year. They keep mentioning one song. Look, we are all by the end of the year were convinced by Stonebwoy's end of year show because of the sheer because of how massive the show was. Then you go into the data, you look at it, and so you realize that, well, maybe if there was a category for a show or music event of the year, perhaps we could have given that to him. But throughout the year, if you measure the activities of these artists and use that as a metric to measure their audience appeal and popularity on radio, on TV, digitally, the events and the activities and the things they did, absolutely nobody. And that's why I'm glad. He says he can mention his head and say,
biggest this, biggest that. Every big thing must have a measurement. If you say
What
was
informed that post you did on December 30 that Stonebwoy?
That's what I
should
gave you.
win
I said
Artist of
that
the
at
Year?
the end of the year, when we had seen the event and how massive it was, all of us were initially soaked in by that. Then we find out that
You didn't do critical analysis. You didn't do critical analysis of his performance. You just wrote that,
Yes, based on, yes, that event alone. But if you realize, Uncle Ken, I'm coming. Uncle Ken is also right when he says that on the same thing. I indicated that I stick my neck out for King Promise because I knew even before arriving at the exact numbers, I knew and felt his impact in the year.
Okay.
That's why on the same comment, I stick my neck out for him.
Okay.
Then later, when you looked at it, you come back to look at all the various metrics that describes popularity and audience appeal within the year. You look at it and you realize that he towers above. And I've said it no disrespect to Brand Stonebwoy, for instance. If you're going to use all these metrics, he doesn't come even second or third after King Promise on last year.
Okay.
Of course, he had a big and massive show, but we cannot all agree and use only that as a metric to say he deserves Artist of the Year. If there was a category for maybe a music show of the year or event of the year, perhaps that could have been given to him. But to measure the overall artistry of the artist, starting with the music that was dropped and the audience appeal and the popularity of it, there's absolutely nobody than King Promise. And he's been working hard and working at it for 6 years straight. Every year, he keeps building and building and building. And last year,
we're talking about
his
last year.
move and the activation that he did, we've not seen any artist done that within last year.
Wonderful. Thank you, Baba Sadiq. Let me come to you, Obi Nate. Obi, please.
That was the
yes. Great.
Obi,
yes, please, your final words. 1 minute.
Good.
1 minute each, then we go.
First of all, let me just acknowledge Nasi.
Yes.
I think that we
We didn't do our research well. Eh?
We've not seen a lot. That was a conversation. A lot. No, Uncle Ken, we've not seen a lot. And we've not seen the enthusiasm from the camp.
Okay.
But aside that, he's also done well. I think that
he posted some of the videos.
Yes, he posted some. Yes, so
apologies to Nasi.
Nasi, yes. So to him, but we're wishing him all the best. We'll still do our best to push him on there. Let me congratulate Professor John Kwekumaoto, who is the now elected Vice Chancellor of UPSA.
Wonderful.
And then there was going one, Professor Abednego, for a good job that he have done.
And the Table of Men as well.
Yeah, and the graduate school as well. University of Professional Studies graduate school, Professor Entry, and the entire team. No more.
Okay.
I promise Bonokona.
Uncle Ken, please, 30 seconds.
In 30 seconds,
yes.
I only have one question.
Okay.
Sadiq,
yeah.
Do you still have Shatawale in court over your unpaid?
I think I responded.
He answered this.
No, I didn't hear.
Please, let's talk about that when we close. Robert, please. So finally, okay. Next week we are going for the ceremony.
I didn't hear.
There's a voting. The end date for voting for general public is Thursday on the 30th. So let's take. I think that initially I mentioned 29th, even though we mentioned Thursday, but it's Thursday the 30th. So let's take note. And if you have anything to do for any artist, demonstrate that through the votes. Use a free voting platform or use the telesale voting platform, because when it's all said and done, really you can't do anything about it. So vote. There's a free voting platform and use that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Robert Clark. Thank you, Uncle Ken, Baba Sadiq.